Hello again. I was just preparing to make a video on the Krag, which is on the table, and a Mauser 98 and a Mauser 96. And then my friend Chris contacted me and asked whether I wanted to sell him my 257 Roberts Kimber 84M. And so is it the 84M? Make sure, yeah, it's the 84M, sorry. Anyhow, I had all kinds of plans for this rifle, but I think so does Chris. So I thought, okay, that means I have to make a video on the Kimber, because I had a lot of people asking me about the Kimber and the Kimber Adirondack. This rifle, I think Kimber made them thinking they would sell like a few, and I think they're selling a lot more of these than any of their board expected. So this is an 84M, it's the short action, and that's why I made a video, because this one will be gone. So you can see it's the short action. The Adirondack has the spiral-fluted bolt. I'm going to set the action down in a minute. Sorry about this scope. It's in Kimber one-piece mount, so I can't take the scope off without taking the base off at the same time. And it's all sighted in. It would return to zero, but you can see the action. That's the Adirondack, and then here's the 84M in 257 Roberts. So the action is longer, but it still has the lovely small diameter action, which is what makes Kimber's so special. And I probably haven't said enough good about these Kimber's. Just great rifles. I had the same mount here, that's why the screws are missing, the dummy screws or what have you, blank screws. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to use this rifle. So this is the Mauser 98. Now, it's not fair to show this next to the Adirondack, but you get the idea. You can see how massive the receiver ring is on the Mauser 98. And on the Kimber, they use minimal tolerances. So I'll set this down. It's probably more fair to compare the 84M with the Mauser 98. Now you can see the difference in size. Sorry, that's that tremor I have. You can see the receiver ring is more massive. There's more steel altogether everywhere on the Mauser 98. Of course, these are excellent actions, but you're not going to get a 6-pound hunting rifle very easily out of a Mauser 98. And the Kimber has an excellent trigger, very simple to operate. If you know how to work Mauser or any bolt action, then you can work one of these. Now, you're not going to get a Tikka style slick bolt just because there's a claw extractor on the Kimber. The safety is familiar. That's typical Model 70 safety. And I'll turn the gun around so we can film the markings. Kimber 84M, and then 257 Roberts is not an entirely common caliber to come across, but they are around. I think I showed you one in the Remington 760, and one of the most useful cartridges, and certainly one of my favorites. Hardly any recoil, flat shooting, and right behind the 25-06. And here's this 98 monster. This is an old Czech. It's a Brno action, and then you can see I leaned it against the Krag that I was going to start filming with. So that's the 257 Roberts, and then here's the Adirondack, and this is in 300 blackout. I think you can get them in most of the shorter cartridges. I wanted to get one in 308, but it's probably going to be pretty snappy for recoil in this very light rifle. I think this is 4.5 pounds. I have to remember to hold the rifles like steady and quiet so the crew can film them properly. It's just tempting to always spin them around and show you different things. Short barrel, threaded muzzle for a suppressor. And Kimber makes a whole line of rifles. You can visit their website, and it's worth doing it. Their rifles are just so unique, so light, And I do advocate rifles of a certain weight. On the other hand, if you're prowling around the Alpine, every pound does make a difference. Not that that's what I use this 300 Blackout for. I just like the action, and it's very light. This is more of a predator rifle than anything else, and I like it that it's so quiet. I think I mentioned that to you before as well. So that's the short action, and I'll turn it one more time. I don't know if we can focus in on the spiral fluting on the bolt. That gets rid of an ounce. They did everything they could, and I guess I missed telling you about the most obvious thing. I'm just going to rotate this so you can see there's no floor plate. You just drop the rounds in from the top, and like a Remington ADL, just excellent. And then this stock, I don't know what it's made out of, some kind of polymer or whatever you call it, aramid fiber. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but very light, and the whole rig is so manageable. But you know, this is a specialized rig, whereas this is kind of arguably a universal rifle in 257 Roberts. It's just about, you can do anything with it, and no digital camo stock. But there it is. So this will go to my friend Chris, and I'm sure he'll have an excellent rifle for as many years as he wants it to serve him. It's not going to be letting him down anytime soon. So that's it. We'll move on to something else. And as always, please take a moment and subscribe. And if you can join me on Patreon, that's always good. I have more things going on there and more to come. It's always just a matter of getting here and sitting down and getting organized and collecting my thoughts. But eventually I do. And hopefully it's worth your while to watch. So there it is. Anyone who was thinking of getting a Kimber, I would just get one. You're not going to lose any money. You can buy it and sell it in a year or two, probably for what you paid, which is true of a lot of guns. So anyway, that's about it. Everybody take care out there, and thanks for watching.